some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, doo-dah, day.
Hi there, folks. I'm Dan Hollifield. Welcome to Last Man Standing. There won't be a stupid o'clock tonight and Saturday night. Joe Dog's family is having some medical things that they're having to take care of. And that's probably about all I'm allowed to say about that. If you're on Joe Dog's friends list, you already know. If you're not, he'll probably explode the airwaves about it later. Hey, Thesis, good to see you. I had a little bit of a computer problem last night. The mouse I have been using for a few years, that's a clue right there. Every time you hit the scroll wheel to scroll down, it would scroll up. And then it would scroll down, which got aggravating after several months. And I decided I'd just plug in one of the spares because I have several spare Mises here. Plugged one in. I heard the computer chime the new hardware being detected, hooking up over and over and over and over and over again until nothing happened. And the mouse wouldn't work. The keyboard wouldn't work. I was going through a KVM switch so that I could use the other computer as well without having to change keyboards and mice because I've got limited real estate on my desktop for that. Nothing worked. Had to do a forced reboot on the computer. Wouldn't start. Shut the computer down again, unhooked everything from the KVM switch, plugged it directly into my USB outlet strip, switched it on, waited about half an hour, switched the computer on, everything came back and started working. Haven't tried the KVM switch again. I'll probably have to wait till I shut the computer down the next time, plug everything back up the way it was before with the new mouse, and see if that works. If it doesn't, I'm out a fairly inexpensive piece of computer equipment I can easily replace. The KVM switches are not that damn expensive. So, but enough about my electronic woes. With me tonight, we've got Joe Bachman, we've got Aunt Donna, and we've got Uncle Carl. And Joe Dog is in the audience. Okay, we'll proceed from there.
You have representation.
Yeah. Hey, it's almost about time for him to start pushing Hallowcon again. I mean, I know he only takes about 9 months out of the year to promote that, but it's important, and it's
He's
his
running
job.
behind then.
What, dear?
If it takes 9 months, he's running behind then.
Well, he's already really started. Get stupid with us.
I plan to.
Oh.
Went shopping Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go by the liquor aisle just to look, maybe buy some gin, And I look over, they've got Tullamore Dew in these small bottles, and there's a little red sticker underneath them. Clearance. So there was Tullamore Dew. This, I don't know what size this is. What the heck?
Looks like a pint.
Yeah, it might be. Less than $7.
Oh, wow.
There were two bottles there. There were two bottles there. I said to the lady who came by, "Are you looking for anything particular?" I said, "I think I found it. I'll make your life easy. I'll take them both, so you can take the little tag down." And she was like, "Okay, okay."
Good God, I have to pay $32 for that.
For that size? Oh my gosh!
Oh no. That's a pint. I get the fifth, which is about $32.
Which is what I usually get, but I was like, I'll just get two of these. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, they got a lid on them. They're empty.
Yeah. I looked at the other red tags there too, and I thought, you know what? No, I'm probably pushing my luck already. I just take what I can get.
Oh, yeah.
And then she said, "You ain't seen nothing yet."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got Sprite and Tullamore Dew mixed in my little cup here. So.
Never tell an Irishman that. It's okay to tell me, but
yeah, I understand. Any Irish people watching, I apologize. I will take a shot of the straight stuff later in the show, so probably.
It's a very nice rheumatism medicine.
Oh yeah,
Granny would approve.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the few whiskeys I can actually drink that I like. I like bourbon, but most whiskeys, I could, give a pass. This one I could drink some and say, yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, if you don't gulp it.
Well,
I mean, I wasn't about to say anything about wasting it, but it's a little. It's made for sipping, basically.
Yeah, not like what I just did.
Hey, what do you think I do?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
That'd be your German genes reacting to the Irish.
Oh, yeah.
I can write an Irish accent, I just can't speak in one.
I agree with Joe Dog. It won't go bad in our lifetimes, so,
It ain't got no way to last the rest of my lifetime.
Oh no.
3
Look, I'm
weeks,
almost-
maybe at most.
Part of it already done. I'm down to the label, man. Oh wow.
Yeah.
What is the proof on this thing?
Not extraordinary.
Okay. I'm going to need a magnifying glass. Excuse me, folks. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
I think it's about 60, maybe 75.
40%. 40%. That's 80. That's 80
80
proof.
proof.
Yeah, I got a deal. All right.
Yeah. I realized my beer can was going empty when it got to the saxophone solo at the end of the intro, and I'm going, I don't have enough time to get up and go to the little fridge over here before the camera gets started. So,
That's about right, Jordan. That's about right, Joe Dog. That may not last through the night. Who knows?
hey, that'd be the perfect size to bring to Hallowcon and open first.
I'll go see if she's got more on next Sunday here.
I'm sure I would be able to get some at one of the 2 places I can buy it in that size.
Yeah.
It's just funny how they have a clearance and just a couple of things, and if you go back later, oh, they've got a couple more.
Hey, they probably got a whole box they need to get rid of. They just put out 2 at a time.
Some idiot bought 2 of them last week. Let's put some more out.
Hey, maybe we shouldn't stop selling this shit. But the $7 deal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was $6 or $7. I was like, wow. Okay, yeah, please.
Oh. Thesis bought a bottle of Bacardi 03 and a bottle of dragon fruit rum that lasted him for 5 years. Yeah, but you don't drink like we do. You're a good and responsible person.
He misses the first part of the green room because he's over Nick's show. By the time he gets there,
we're already lit.
Yeah. So while Dan's getting a beer, I could be here tonight because, first of all, it's early. But second of all, I slept till like 7 this morning. And Donna got up before me.
I had to go and see if he was still breathing. And we are at that age,
Yeah.
Crap.
I have nightmares like that. Oh, I'm going to wake up some morning and, yeah.
Well, if you didn't sleep like the dad.
Sometimes I sleep on my back, and I actually cross my arms across my chest for warmth. And she came in one morning.
And he was laying there like that. And he wasn't, you couldn't see him breathing. Not a muscle twitch, nothing. Just.
So she's
married a vampire.
She's either thinking, A, I'm very sad, or B, what is the number of the insurance guy?
He did sign that will, didn't he?
He signed the will. There's the 2 insurance policies.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I suppose I should call his brother.
Yeah, probably ought to. Just,
Only if you need someone to help dispose of the body.
Oh, she can't get the insurance then, see?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it'd be natural causes. Your brother would sign the forms.
Yeah.
No, call him so that he can contact the proper authorities.
Joe Doak, what are you talking about? K-Town tornado warnings.
K-Town and tornado warnings. K-Town.
Knoxville? I mean, I know there's supposed to be some severe weather coming up this week, starting now.
Uh-oh.
There was a very heavy chance of rain for anywhere north of me, all the way up to Willow. And
Wow.
I don't even know exactly which part of Canada she's in, but and then
Mid Canada.
yeah, there's supposed to be a snowstorm starting in California,
Ooh.
and they had torrential rains already. Thank God it put out the wildfires.
Oh, good. Excellent.
But because of the wildfires, there's nothing to hold back the mudslides now.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of some of those mountains in California, they're supposed to get at least 3 feet of snow. And when all that water melts,
Live in
it's,
California, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
yeah, build a house
Right.
on the side of a cliff, they said. It'll be a
Mhm.
great view. Yes. So is the
While you're
front seat
writing
of
it
the Great
down.
American Scream Machine.
Yeah. It seems like Foxy has scared Thesis a few times with her sleeping habits.
Oh,
Yeah. He said he came in with her sleeping on her back and she's not breathing or breathing so shallow that he could barely notice in the dark.
Yeah.
It's scary.
I
Yeah,
have a
Donna has
I
the
had a
apnea.
cat like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to check this one. Callie, he will sleep so soundly that I'll poke him just to make sure he's okay. All right there, bud? Oh, hi. Yeah, he's
Great
okay.
off the way to the bottom of the canyon.
Mm-hmm.
At least when the mud piles up, it's a soft crash when your house finally arrives.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Can you imagine that? You're looking over the view, and then all of a sudden the house starts sliding, and the view's getting closer, and you're like, "Everybody, run to the other end of the house, quick!" You don't want to be on the side that hits first.
no, you don't
No.
really want to be on the side that hits last. You don't
No.
want to be on the side that hits.
Jump out the back door at the last minute.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wearing skis, maybe.
And then have everything slide down on you.
Yeah,
well,
really.
Yeah, yeah, you got to think about that stuff.
Yeah, I imagine a mudslide is worse than a landslide.
Yeah.
At least a landslide will carry you quickly. Mudslide, you stand as much chance of drowning as you do actually getting crushed.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to live in California.
Now, that's why they keep moving to Texas and trying to turn it into California, and the Texans don't like that.
We had a gal that moved from California to Illinois. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe her husband got transferred or something. She had to. But she was always telling us, because we were in the rehab field. And so we had certain rules and laws in Illinois on how you do things. And she would always say, well, that's not how we did in California. And finally, I just had to tell her, after about the fifth time I heard that, I'm like, you're not in California now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Don't care.
Mm-hmm. You're in a new place now. There's new rules. Pay attention. Keep up.
Right. Yeah. Eat some ranch dressing and be quiet. Go to Menards. You're in the Midwest.
I'm still getting Menards ads in my email.
Oh, you're lucky. I don't get Menards ads. I want them, and I can't get them.
The trouble is, they keep telling me about this stuff. It's so cheap, it's got to be junk.
Have you ever found any junk at Menards, Donna?
No.
Yeah. How about you, Joe? Do you go to Menards?
I go there only when absolutely
Yeah.
necessary, because I'm a computer geek, and that's generally the last place I should be.
Well, yeah, but sometimes they got good stuff. I mean, look. I mean, I got this LED light up keyboard for like $10.
Yeah, it's like the one I got at Dollar General.
So
For
I,
10
I always peruse their little clearance shelf that's right there
Mm-hmm.
by the carts.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no matter what I'm going in there for, because I'll normally go there to get like my little sanding pads and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
clear coat, shit like that, brushes. Um, yeah, I always have to check out that little
Mm.
clearance rack right there when you first walk in.
Yeah, but then there's the electronics clearance rack at the end of the light bulbs.
Mm.
Yeah, they got good stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's where he got that stuff.
And then Donna got a. It's not. This is not the one, but Donna got a USB power thing.
Power
There.
bank.
Yeah, power.
Mm-hmm.
She really loves that thing.
I've got one of those with a solar cell built into the side of it. And I actually got the expansion pack solar cells that
Mm,
you can charge the whole thing up
yeah.
without ever having to plug it in.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it takes a long time,
Yeah.
and you have to keep re-aiming the cells at the light bulb. I've got a laptop stand that I use for that.
Works with a light bulb. Really? Wow.
No, not a light bulb. Sunlight. Excuse me.
Sunlight. Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna say that'd be nice.
Well,
Really nice.
the battery that I call it a battery, he calls it something else. That I got. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna spend $25. It not only will charge my phone 6 times
Mm-hmm.
before I have to charge it up again. It does take 2 days to recharge it, but we play this little game called Munzie,
Mm-hmm.
which drains the battery terrifically while you
yes.
charge it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only charger I've ever found that not only keeps up with Munzie, will charge your phone up while you're playing Munzie.
That's
Mm.
important. Yeah.
I've got one they gave me at work. I won't show you the other side because it's got the company name and logo on it. And I'm not proud of that, but
Yeah.
I can charge it up from a normal, like a phone charger,
Yeah.
and it'll charge up my cell phone from 0 to 100% twice before it needs to be recharged. And you saw how little it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the other one is about the size of the one in your hand, but about an inch thicker
Mm-hmm.
because it's got all the solar
Right. Yeah.
conversion circuitry built in. And it has to have, if you're just going to plug it into the wall
Mm-hmm.
and recharge it, it could take 3 or 4 days on a regular
Mhm.
USB charge.
Mm-hmm.
Wall wart, it's got a rapid charger that came with the solar cell expansion pack,
Oh.
and it puts out like 2 or 3 times the power
Hmm.
in one jolt. So it takes about 6 hours to recharge the damn thing when it's totally empty. But you can always just stand it up in the window
Mm-hmm.
and let the morning sun
Sure.
take it to the back window. Let the evening sun just go ahead and throw some free charge in there. And then the solar cells. I don't know where I've got them right now. They easily more than triple what the inbuilt solar cell can soak
Oh
up
yeah.
because
Yeah.
they are much more surface area,
Yeah.
but they don't hold a charge and they won't directly power anything. You
Right.
have to put it into one of the battery banks. So,
Yeah.
6 of one,
Donna,
half dozen of the other.
Donna keeps talking about getting one of those big cat wheel things, that the cats can run in like a treadmill. And I said, yeah, I'll do that if I can hook a little small generator to it. And
I don't care.
Get you a bicycle generator, put it on there. The cats will never notice it's there.
they won't know they're doing real work.
No, and it'll
that.
put out 12 volts. You put it into the power pack.
Yeah, there you go.
Put money on there. Wear him out.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I've been thinking strongly about getting one of those power banks with a set of solar cells just for emergencies, like
Joe Dog.
Joe Dog.
Hey,
Good night.
Joe Dog.
Sorry, go ahead.
Good night, Joe Dog.
Like
for emergencies?
Like people further north would have a generator.
Uh-huh.
And this thing, it just plug it in, let it charge up. I've seen people on some of the canal boat videos, they've got them, and it doesn't take a day, maybe a day and a half to charge it from 0 to 100%. And then it'd be enough to run the refrigerator for 2 days before it drained out.
That's good, because most of them will tell you, you can't run a refrigerator or a microwave or a heater off of them. They'll just power small appliances, fans, things, but
Yeah. There's one girl that's got one. She uses it to keep from draining her leisure batteries on the boat. She'll run her printer, her computer, and her electric coffee maker and her air fryer off of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's using 230 volt. The British electricity.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to have is one of those windmill trees.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can have them as a palm tree too. They've got those now.
Our neighbors would probably have something to say about that, I imagine, but
no, they're cool though. Palm tree out in our front yard with a little.
Oh, they make some of them now that look like sculptures. And people just think it's a wind sculpture till they see the cable going to your house.
Yeah.
A battery bank.
Hey, be nice. Sorry, I was having a cat pause.
Was that BB who just jumped down?
That was Charcoal and Hermione, and Calvin's still asleep. He missed the whole thing.
He lifted
woke
his
up.
head.
They spun his chair and he goes, "What are y'all playing at?" And then he goes back to sleep.
What a trooper. He'll be up all night waking me up and crying in the hall. Hi. Yeah, hi. That cat, he will get out in the middle of the hall and he's looking for other cats to play with. Is anybody awake? Hello? And he'll meow, meow. And I'll be like, what the hell's going on out there? And then he'll be like, what? Are you up?
Oh, as long as you're up, here's my mouse. Let's play fetch.
No, we've got one, the oldest one. She sleeps almost all the time now, and Lindsay will feed her in the kitchen. If she wakes up to go to the kitchen. If she doesn't, Lindsay will bring her food bowl back here to me, and I'll wait till she wakes up and comes back here, and I'll feed her back here, and then she'll eat about half of the bowl, and I'll pick it up when she leaves from, and then she'll go hop back on the bed and start yelling like crazy. She wants somebody to come to bed.
Yeah. Come to bed, lay with me. I'm cold.
Yeah, I was getting up this morning. She sunk her claws into my arm and go, "Oh no, no, no!" And I'm going, "Honey, it's 1:30. I've got to get up and go to the landfill. I've already slept the day away."
Yeah. Yeah. Cats.
Well, she's like anybody else. She doesn't like sleeping alone.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the problem here. I was Charcoal came in to tell me it was bedtime. Then Hermione comes in and tell me it's bedtime. Then they got a fight on who's going to tell me it was bedtime. Like, you're both wrong, huh?
Squirt bottle.
Yeah, but then after they get you to bed, that woke him up.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting watching TV. I get 4 out of 5 cats in the same room with me. Yep, she's up. We'll just fight in here.
Yeah. There you go.
Mama can referee.
It's no fun to fight if you don't have an audience.
They don't want Mom to referee. Dad will just run after him and yell at him. Mom will take the pool noodle to him. And Mom doesn't just go pop, pop, pop like Daddy does. Mom goes,
whack.
Hey, it's just a foam pool noodle. It's not going to hurt him.
Mean mama.
Damn straight.
Like, anyway. The other day, I got 6 calls in a row. Spam calls. And I finally got a text message, I guess, from one of them saying, "Hi, I'm from City of Books, and we would like to publish your book in a new format. And we'd like you to call us and we can arrange something or other." And I'm like, huh? And today I got a voicemail from one of them saying they were interested in the Mad Gasser cheerleader. And I'm like, where did you get my number, first of all? And second of all, okay, you looked at one of my book titles, but, have you actually read that? And thirdly, I'm not sharing my royalties or my profits with any publisher. Thank you very much. I'm self-published, and they can just F off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I announced the other day that an editor had sent me the first run editing draft of the next book.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it was a preview that I had sent the publisher just so he could make up his mind whether or not he was interested. It was before I'd finished writing the book. It was only 32 pages long.
Okay.
And
they shared the wrong file with the editor?
Huh? Yep. I gave the wrong. No. I sent it to him. Yeah, he thought that was all there was.
Oh, shit.
And I had already sent him the 60,000 word version. And this was about a third that length.
Yeah. They sound a little confused.
Well, it had fallen through the cracks so many times, he just pulled up the first thing that had the right title on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I go through my files and I go, okay, now this says full manuscript. Let's see. And I pull it up, 61,000 words, 103 pages on Word. I'm going, yeah, this is the right one to send him. And scrolled all the way to the end and saw that it had the ending that I wrote for it. So the middle must be all in there too. And sent that to him with a note that said, no, this is the whole thing. He goes, well, You can always just take this one that she's already worked on, and I'm going, no, no, no. That's first draft. This is fourth draft. We're not playing this game. I'm not patching the first 3 stories in as first drafts.
Right.
It
was their mistake. They need to pay the editor twice. That's
yeah. I'm sorry she did all that work for nothing, but this is the real deal here. This was the actual submission, which means I've got to dig up the actual submission for the other one.
Oh,
which no, I don't have the slightest idea what he's got. So I'm going to have to make sure let me know when you have time. Plus, I have yet to hear back from the series creator to give me written permission to publish mine. He's already told me I could, but that was 2018.
Yeah.
And I can't find where it was. I really cannot find the email or text or anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he's just going to have to email. I may have to get Lindsay to ask him because he's sweet on Lindsay.
Oh, there you go. Use your resources, you know.
Hey, I hate to have to pull a snidely whiplash, but I will if I have to.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I'll tell people, look, if you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. But the next person you'll hear from is Aunt Donna. You may not like that.
I got Richmond, dude.
Hey, there's people that are actually scared of you. They're not scared of me. But, if you speak, they're like, oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Just saying. Yeah, the thing about publishing your own stuff is, you have control.
Yeah.
And like if Donna has a problem with me being her editor or something, she can just come over here. It's only like 5 hallways and give me a good one. So I've got to keep on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, next Friday is Valentine's Day.
Oh shit.
I did get an invitation from Lisa, Paul's wife.
Oh?
Saying they were having some sort of dinner theater at the Masonic Temple. And I looked at it and I thought, yeah, that's not something Donna would want to go to. It was something about love letters and a friendship that lasted 30 or 40 years. And I'm like, there's no car explosions and people driving off the side of buildings. I don't think Donna's into that. Sorry. It sounds pretty sappy to me. So I won't be taking you to that. Happy Valentine's.
I saw something and I had to text Don. Does Ted know that Lego has roses?
Oh.
You could do a 12 red roses bouquet
in Lego?
In Legos, yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
She said, yes, she did, but she told him to save the money and don't spend the money and put it towards good causes, like a con or something, supporting people.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I don't know what Lindsay will want to do. She probably will not want to go out to dinner.
Not on Valentine's Day.
No. As much as we hate crowds,
we're the same. And I'll take Donna out. I'll take Donna out like a day or two before and say, "Happy Valentine's. Here you go. Order a shake tonight."
Ooh, mistletoe.
Yeah, that's wild. Didn't know they did that. Got Foxy a Lego mistletoe for Christmas. That's
Ah,
sweet.
nice.
Hey, Foxy.
Hey,
Foxy
Foxy.
walking through.
I haven't put my light on yet. I didn't do that real quick. There you go.
To act together. Notice I said act, A-C-T.
Hmm?
It's really hard to find mistletoe.
Hmm.
Oh, all I got to do is go out the front yard.
And I keep telling you I need some.
Uh,
And it's one of my traditions that you put up mistletoe over an outside door at solstice time and leave it up over the year, and that's to bring you prosperity through the year.
Oh. We used to do
That
that.
oh, well, I already missed the winter solstice, didn't I?
Can we do a retroactive thing?
I don't
Hey,
know.
there are 2 solstices a year. So a Starry Night Lego set, but it was expensive. Yeah, I bet
man.
it was.
Some of those sets get stupid expensive.
Uh-huh.
There was something I was watching the other day. They were doing. Oh, maybe it was on Stupid O'Clock. You were talking about doing Legos on the show, and I was thinking about when the Top Gear guys did Legos, and they were drinking vodka while they were doing them.
I bet that got entertaining quickly.
Yeah, it did.
That was.
It was one of the few 3-hour live shows I watched the whole way through. I was like, oh, I can't miss any of this.
Or the time the Mythbusters cleared out the California store to make the big ball of Legos just to roll it down a hill.
Being followed by little children picking up the pieces that fell off when it hit the bottom.
Oh, it didn't wait till it hit the bottom. There were pieces going off all the way down.
Why am I not surprised? It is Mythbusters. I mean,
they were looking at a someone had done a Indiana Jones parody, and in the parody they were chased by this giant ball of Legos down the street, and they were trying to prove whether or not that was actually CGI or special effects or what. And the fact that it took them the entire North American supply of Legos to build one pretty much made it a myth. It was not real.
there's the
Oh,
link.
wow. That's cool.
I'll have to get that on the other screen here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is nifty.
Yes.
And there's, what's his name painting it? 150 for that? That's really not bad.
Yeah, if you're going to keep it forever, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to play with it or something. You're going to put it on display.
Mm-hmm. If nobody's ever gone to Ted's page, Don's he has a whole garage full of Star Wars Legos scenes, and it's like you can't see it all.
Yeah.
We've only gone over there once, I think, that we've seen it, maybe twice, and we have not seen the entire display because you have to look at each scene and see that. Wait a minute, that's Miss Piggy in chains instead of Princess Leia. What the hell? There's little hidden Easter eggs throughout the entire thing that Ted has done from the depths of his mind.
Oh, they would have loved him when, if he'd been in the special effects crew for doing Close Encounters of the Third Kind, putting all the little pieces of micro junk on the outside of the mothership.
Sure. Oh, they've done Lego Batman, they maybe need to do Lego Close Encounters.
That's an idea. Lego Batman movie was better than the regular Batman movie.
In some ways.
Oddly enough, the Lego games, video games that come out with, generally get a higher rating than the actual like game itself.
They're,
Like Lego Star Wars has gotten better reviews than the actual Star Wars game that came out.
I didn't even know there was a game. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the video games, like PC and stuff like that. PC games, PlayStation. Yeah, generally the Lego versions actually get higher ratings
Wow.
and better reviews.
It's probably all those kids that grew up with the what do they call it? It's like Lego, but you create an entire world.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Thank you. Too much. Tell them or do.
Yeah, like
Hush your mouth. It's too
You
much
said-
Sprite.
you say that as if you really knew what Minecraft was about.
I have seen Minecraft. I've seen Minecraft memes. I've not gone into Minecraft because I'm past that, because we used to have that with Club Carib in the Commodore days. Ah,
Oh,
Oh.
Lord.
That was fun.
Yeah, I used to have the X-Wing and TIE Fighter video game back when I had like
mm,
586, the first Pentium that I had, because it was the only thing fast enough to run it.
mm.
And that was fun. It took a while to master each level, but it was fun. I was more likely to play a stealth fighter flight simulator
Mm-hmm.
than anything else. But I could install that stuff again on a new computer, but I really don't have the faintest idea how it would perform nowadays.
Mm.
And I'm certainly not buying it all over again just for the memories.
No. You got other stuff to do now, Dan.
Yeah, I got books to write and paintings to do
Yeah,
and music to write.
Yeah. I thank you, Thesis. He says Minecraft.
Yes. Yeah, that popped up right after you right
Right.
after we figured out what it was.
After
Yeah.
Joe, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thinking of Club Carib makes me think of the joke we pulled on.
Oh, do tell.
Okay. We met these people through a writers group on Q-Link, which was Commodore Link. Eventually turned into what was
AOL. AOL.
that? AOL, yes.
It was pre-AOL. This is the old days, back when we had horses. Go ahead.
But of course, a bunch of writers, very imaginative people, and the chat room was called Crossroads Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I had two different cafes online. I had to make sure I got the right one. And of course, being writers, we had a bar. We had a potted palm that through a typo became a pooted palm. We had the sign, which was a bar rag that was so used and filthy it became alive. So we go on vacation and we go up to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and stay with this friend that we've been talking to in the cafe for 2 years. And while it's her and a guy friend, and then the two of us, and we all went over to Lansing to go to Riker's house for a barbecue. Now, Carl was only 28 at the time,
Yeah.
29. And granted that Marty and Ben were in their 40s, I was in my 30s. We get there, and Riker's, I think, like 25, with a pregnant 16-year-old girlfriend. But he looks at us and goes, "What do you old folks like to do?" Which really,
Words.
which really ticked off the Witzman kid, dude. So, we go up, and Carl's got his arm around Marty, and Ben's got his arm around me, and Riker's going, "Aren't you and Carl?" No, yeah, why? So then we start telling, his friends like, "Well, how'd y'all meet?" Well, we met in the cafe, and it's so much fun because we had to redecorate it after the fire, and we're talking about this, and Riker's got this funny look on his face, and he's like, "It's like you guys have seen it. It's like it's real." And we kind of do one of these, look and go, "You don't have the new software that lets it look like a real room?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually go and sit down at a bar with your avatar. You can actually order a drink, and thing moves by itself. And the pooted palm will sometimes spit apple juice at you. And we had this, yeah.
Yeah. Writers get together and create this world in our minds, but we had him believing that it was an
It's
avatar,
real world.
avatar world. Yeah.
And he's going, where do you get the software? And we're like, "Oh, you can't get it. It has to be sent to you."
Yeah. He wasn't deemed worthy.
Couldn't have said anything. Tiny minds are fun to play with. This is the same guy that had his barbecue grill on his back. It wasn't really a back porch. There were stairs up and a little platform and a canopy over it that was maybe big enough for two people to stand on, and he had his barbecue grill right there.
That sounds like a fire hazard to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
In a
we're
wooden
going-
house, a wooden frame house. Yeah. Yeah. It was. He lit it up, and it was flaming up. And we were like, you know what? It's going to be dangerous to move that, but we're going to have to move that. So several of us guys grabbed hold of the legs of this thing and moved a burning barbecue off of his porch and out into the yard.
Down about 7 steps? Wooden steps.
He wasn't very bright. We'll just say that.
At least I'm smart enough to put mine about 12 feet away from the house.
Well, like Donna said, he had a pregnant 16-year-old girlfriend living with him, so he wasn't very bright. Let's just say that.
Well, and he was stupid enough to say, "What do you old folks like to do?" And I'm looking like, "You're only 3 years younger than Carl." Okay. Light him up, dude, folks. We got to put him in.
Yeah. We played with his little mind the whole night. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. It was a good night.
But it was funny because we had this created universe, amongst us. And it's kind of like, I think, I'm sorry Dawn's not here tonight because Dawn was saying something about Don was saying something about, how we have all these things amongst us now. Yeah, well, he hadn't read the book on how to make friends and influence people, I guess.
Obviously.
Yeah. But Don was saying something about how us here, we have our own universe that we've created with Taco Mom and all those things. And new people coming in will be like, what the hell are they talking about?
Uh-huh.
You got to catch up. You got to stick with us. And if you stick with us, you'll learn.
There are certain key catchphrases that we've
Yeah.
adopted. It's shorthand for an entire night of jokes.
Exactly. Hashtag just the tip.
Exactly.
Every frickin' week.
That's tomorrow night for the green room.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And that one's wife has made it a point to be sure that gets spoken
that gets
every
said.
week now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got in trouble the one time Dawn wasn't there and it wasn't a hashtag.
Because nobody said it because she wasn't there. I've already got quite a list for this week.
Wow.
And we haven't even had the green room yet.
No.
Right?
Well, people kept saying, get that one for Friday night.
For those that don't know what we're talking about, if you watch this show later, try to friend me on Facebook. Here's my, and ask to be in the green room, or ask to be in the humor group, and then we'll get in the green room. Eventually.
And people say things that taken out of context sound really dirty, like just a tip. And those,
excuse me, we say things taken in context could be taken really dirty.
And we just sometimes we say things that are just really dirty.
Like jiggly fun.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh.
Jiggly fun.
Oh, jiggly fun, yeah. That has come up.
Yep. And I make a list of them, hashtags, and post them in the group. And then everybody goes, I don't remember that being said.
I know who said that.
Oh, shit, I said that.
I still share.
That's usually the most shocking reaction right there is, oh, shit, I said that.
Yeah. I still share the link to Last Man Standing where you guys went all taco on Dawn.
And how Dawn got to be known as the Taco Queen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
well,
the story of
there you go.
Drizzle.
That's a good superpower.
Yeah, really. Mm-hmm. Actually, thesis, everything is dirty if you look at it from the right point of view.
Yeah. I think it was Tom Lehrer who first said, when directly viewed, everything is lewd.
Sounds like him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what was it else he said? Something about smut, I'm glad to say, is in the mind of the beholder.
Oh,
I gotta pay for my plates for my vehicle this week.
Oh.
Well, let me rephrase that. I have to pay for the plates of Mom's old vehicle because the vehicle is still in her name.
Oh, no.
Which means I need to find her ID so I can go to the BMV and use their little self-serve kiosk to renew the plates.
It's been a while. You haven't had that switched over yet?
Well, I need to talk to the BMV and see if I can get the registration switched to my name with the loan not being in my name.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, that probably will be a holdup.
Right. Because right after she first passed, I contacted the company that she had the car loan through and said, hey, she recently passed away. I'd like to see about just getting the loan switched over to my name.
Mhm.
And they go, oh, well, we don't do that. We'll just pick the vehicle up.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah. No, I inherited this vehicle or part of it. I'd like to pay for the rest of it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they must have never went forward with it because said vehicle is still sitting right outside here, and I've still been making the payments every month.
Ah, there you
Well,
go.
as long as you keep making the payments, they're not going to care.
No.
Right. And well, I looked it up, and of course, this was during and used vehicle prices are still a little wackadoo, but they're not as bad as they were a few years ago.
Yeah.
For the condition her vehicle was in with the low mileage it has, it was worth more than what was owed.
Oh, good. Okay.
So they were looking at it. I'm willing to bet they were just looking at it as, with the way the used vehicle market is right now,
We can sell this and pay off the loan and get a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
We can keep the money that she had paid on it before she died.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Take the vehicle back, resell it, and make even more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's
take a
not
long
the way
walk.
this is going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, hell, the most that vehicle's been driven since even before she passed was the trip to Hallowcon. So
Wow.
they gave it a good stretch of the leg.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was our grocery getter.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we used on the weekends to run and get groceries and stuff like that, or if we were heading out to dinner, because normally my truck and the wife's vehicle is both filled with construction shit during the summer. So
it's kind of like what the Buick devolved into after we had everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something for me to make a beer run every other day.
Mm-hmm.
And the mileage was, Lindsay never drove it that far to start with. She probably put 5,000, maybe 7,000 miles on it the entire time we had it. And that was back and forth to church mostly.
So it really was driven by a little old
A
lady.
little old lady on her way to church, yeah.
Hey, how many times is that really going to work,
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, our this one always confuses me. Niece, grandniece, I can't remember how many steps are involved in there.
Yeah.
We gave it to her because she had just gotten a job and she needed transport and she needed it every day so the battery would stay charged up. None of the problems I had with it would ever come up because she had to drive it every day. And she's out there washing it by hand and vacuuming it out. And I'm just going, oh, I wish it was in better shape. The interiors, it's just 2002 model. And you can imagine it's not got any rips in the upholstery or anything, but Lindsay did have to redo the dash because of the sun coming through. And the roof lining was starting to come unglued, so I just thumbtacked it up with some spray glue in there. And that worked.
Free car is a free car,
Yeah, free car is a free car.
Yeah. There have been times in my life I'm like, yes, thank you very much. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I don't care if the whole ceiling's caving in. I'll take it. Thank you.
My first car cost my dad $500. I drove it till I killed it. And then the next one cost my mom $700, and I drove it till I killed it.
That's what you do. You got to.
My grandfather had a vehicle that he said he'd drive it until the wheels fell off. He turned off a State Road 2 on the County Road 100 where they lived. He turned left. The wheel kept going down State Road 2.
Ooh.
He got it into the driveway, and that was the end of that vehicle.
He drove it till the wheels came off.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I had
Drove it
one
home on
instance
TV
in
wheels.
I had one instance in my first car. I was going home from college, I do believe, and for some reason, instead of taking 106, I had to turn off and go on 29. So I pulled into the connector road between the two. All of a sudden, I had the left front tire going forward and the right front tire sideways.
Tie rod.
Yep, tie rod end
Oh,
busted, and I I whipped it over into the grass just before it got to the ditch. Got it stopped and looked up in the rearview mirror. There's a state patrol right behind me. Pulled in with the lights on, and I get out and I go, I don't know what it is yet. I haven't had a chance to look, but this thing broke down on me right here. He goes, I know. I saw. That was some impressive driving, kid.
Yeah.
Both of my tie rods broke when the wheel was turned in.
Ooh.
ooh.
So the
crap.
car's just stuttering.
Yeah. I've had
Going
that.
forward.
I've done that myself. Yeah.
Yeah. And as
That-
far as my grandfather's wheel falling off, they lived right on the corner of State Road 2 and County Road 100. So it was, he turned left and almost had, it was maybe 50 or 100 feet before he made the right into the driveway. But luckily, they didn't have the roundabout there like they do now, because otherwise he wouldn't have made it.
Ooh. Can you imagine breaking down in the roundabout and just like messing up everybody? I mean,
Hey, it would be easy to find volunteers to push you into the nearest parking lot.
yeah.
No, the cop was just absolutely, he was impressed that here's this young kid that was able to keep it together, and I stopped about this far from a stop sign. Middle of my front bumper was a stop sign.
Wow.
Literally a foot away.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm impressed. That's some good drive. Okay. Hey, I'm a farm boy. I can do anything. Just give me a slow enough vehicle. And this one was going slow.
He was probably glad he didn't have to write a report involving a broken stop sign, and the county wouldn't have to come out and replace it.
Well, we both got out and looked at it and goes, yeah, your tie rod end got old and the rubber came apart. It popped out. That's kind of, if you're good with tools, it's kind of easy to fix, but you're going to need a special tool to pop the rest of it out of there. And I go, okay. And I don't remember how, I think I called Mom at the bank when she got off from work. She picked me up and took me home. Got the old pickup truck, went out to a parts store, bought the little tie rod end fork. Little hell, it's big as all get out. I'd hate to get hit with that in a dark alley. Yeah, and it took me like 15 minutes to fix it. Once I got back the next day. And
I was very lucky growing up. My uncle on my dad's side had his own tow truck company in Valpo. And the way he did it for most of the family was, if your vehicle broke down, call him up. He'd come, tow you wherever you need to be towed. And all of us had roadside assistance, on our insurance, so we'd be covered for tows. So he'd just write out the receipt, hand you the receipt, and then once you got the money back from insurance, you'd give him the money.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
And both times my tie rods broke. One time I was literally pulling into the parking lot at Staples, and the fucker snapped.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened when the other side went. I was
Oh,
pulling into a grocery store parking space,
Mm-hmm.
just not even half a mile an hour,
mm-hmm.
and I felt it.
Mm,
And the car got just the tire just kind of barked a little bit as it scooted
Mm-hmm.
along the road. I go, oh no, not again. Um,
Yeah, because once it happens the first time, you definitely know what's wrong the second time.
yeah, and you've already got the tools. All you need is the part now. And there was a parts store at the far end of the parking lot for that grocery store. So I just walked down there and said, "Look, I hope you can help me. I need a tie rod end for this make and model car. Um, please tell me you got one in stock because I'm in the parking lot and it's dead in the water." Um, they just happened to have one.
oh.
So I walked back, fixed the car,
Were you
did my
carrying that?
grocery shopping, came back out, went home, and I went, "Oh Lord."
So you were carrying the tool with you in that vehicle to fix the tie
Oh
rod?
Lord, yeah, I had my toolbox in the trunk. I'm a redneck. I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Uh, yeah, I had a vehicle that, for some reason or another, the electrical to the battery wasn't working right, and so I'd have to go out and loosen up the battery and then tighten it back up, and it would start again. It'd be okay. And so I was like, okay. So I still have a wrench in the car just in case.
Oh yeah,
In
yeah.
case, you know, I don't know.
Well, you learn what you use the most
Mm-hmm.
and what you really, really have to have
Mhm.
just in case it breaks down on the side of the road or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And
Not if your brother's
Oh
auto
yeah,
mechanic.
yeah. You were
well,
lucky.
no, then you just make a telephone call. But if you're one
Well,
of those people that you're poor and
Hmm.
you have to do it yourself, you can't afford to hire a wrecker to come and get you and tow you home.
Right. Oh, that's like
until I got married, then he thought my husband was going to take over shit like that, not knowing that my husband doesn't know shit about cars.
well. I'll tell you what. Your husband did fix a car one time. My muffler, the rust, whatever, the thing had rusted, and the muffler fell down in the middle of the street. And I was beside something, and I was like, okay, oh, it's by a railroad track. So I pull over, and for some reason, there's a piece of aluminum sitting on the side of the railroad track. And I said,
Hmm.
okay, I bent the aluminum, stuck it in the tailpipe, and stuck it underneath the muffler. And that thing held the muffler up until I got to a repair shop.
Well, my
They didn't do a very good job, and it came off again in front of a railroad track one time. And this is before I met Donna, of course. So I said, screw it. I just drove over the railroad tracks. It ripped the muffler out from underneath the car, and then I just kept on driving.
well my tie
But
my tie rod story. I was helping this friend set up a home office,
oh,
and she had an appointment to go pick her car up, and I'm like, yeah, I can take you in. I mean, we get there, and I'm just like maybe 3 minutes away from where her car was.
mhm.
Turn the corner, and the tie rod breaks.
Oh,
You remember that, Carl?
I remember hearing about this. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm on the. Fortunately, we had cell phones by then. I'm on my cell phone trying to get some help. She's on her cell phone to her husband, telling him she's stuck and can't get the thing. And that told her to tell me that I had to stop fooling around and get her to that car appointment. I'm like, I'm not carrying her on my back. You can come get her. We can start walking. We're only, okay, 3-minute drive's probably a 15-minute walk. It ain't happening.
I know the woman she's talking about. You wouldn't want her on your back anyway.
She wasn't that big.
No, but you wouldn't want her on your back
No.
for a 15-minute walk.
Oh.
He was,
And so the recycling starts to build back up again. Let's Thesis got a little thing here. First car was a fire engine red 1996 Pontiac Sunbird. Got it in 1998 and drove it until 2015. Traded it in for GMC Jimmy pickup truck, I assume.
Yeah.
The day after the trade, the dealership went out to start the car to take it to run diagnostics, and the engine blew. That's nice timing.
yeah.
You dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Ain't going to be worth much as a trade-in with a blown engine.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I had a, God, what car was that? Pontiac, was it the Sunbird? No. Oh, it was my second car that I had, and I was heading to work, and I was talking to my girlfriend at the time. Was before Nicole and I started dating, I think. No, it was my ex. It was my ex-girlfriend I was talking to, because we were still friends after even after we broke up, so we grew up together. But I'm talking with her, and I sitting at a stoplight. I'm heading to work, and I happen to look down at my gauges, and all my gauges are just bouncing. And by all, I mean like RPM, temperature, battery, like the whole, like every idiot light is flashing. I'm like, Jamie, I'm gonna have to call you back. Click. Go to take off from this stoplight, and the car's like barely going.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Like, okay, I'm already in the left lane. I'll get to this next light. I can turn, head off in this little industrial section, and get into one of the parking lots. I get up to that stoplight into the turn lane, car dies. Get it fired back up. Light turns green to turn. I go to turn, it dies in the middle of the damn intersection.
Oh.
Sitting there, I'm cranking on this son of a bitch, and I'm looking, I'm like, there's semis coming, come on, fire up. Finally fires up into life. Get it going. Get it into this parking lot, and as I pull into a parking spot, it dies, and smoke starts just pouring out of every vent, the hood.
Ooh.
I'm a computer geek.
Yeah.
I know nothing about vehicles. I'm lucky people let me put my own damn fuel in a vehicle. What do they teach us in school? Where there's smoke, there's fire. I fucking just hopped out, grabbed my cell phone, grabbed my school bag, walked about 100 feet back, called my uncle. Hey, I'm over here at Task Force Tips parking lot. Can you bring your tow truck and come get my car? And maybe drop me off at Staples on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blew the head gasket on it.
Oh, okay. And you probably did some major damage keeping going.
Oh, yeah.
But
you had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had
I was on a busy section of US 30, and there was no going to be getting over to the right to be able to get off on the shoulder. There,
Yeah, I mean, you do what you have to do, no matter what the damage.
Yeah, growing up, I learned from my dad, you always get your oil changed. Even if you're poor, you save up, you get your oil changed at regular intervals. I've had 2 cars that other people have said, here, I'm not using this car. You can have it. I'm like, well, thank you. They did not know about the fact that you need to put oil in a car for some odd reason.
And one of them should.
Huh?
And one of them should have.
Well, yeah, my brother should have. He should have learned the same lesson I learned, but no, he didn't. And another was my former father-in-law, who I guess didn't believe in changing your oil or whatever. So yeah, I've thrown pistons, and one of them, I guess, dented the inside of the hood as it came up. So I was like, yeah, this car's not going anywhere. Like, okay, yeah, good thing I got it for free. Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
Change your oil, people. No matter what else you do, get your oil changed. Check the thing.
My favorite breakdown, I'd taken my mother and a friend of hers over to Shambana, which is like 30 miles away, to go shopping. Got back on 74 to come back. Car was working perfectly until I get halfway between St. Joe and Champaign.
Oh.
And it dies. All over. And my mom's friend's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's okay. It's okay. We Mom and I both get up, raise the hood, look at it. Mom's an old farm wife who's used to going for parts. And we're like, okay, this is what's wrong. I'm looking like, damn, it's going to be a long walk. Either way, it's about 6 miles either way to Champaign or and probably further into Urbana to get to someplace. And this nice guy stops by and
we're losing your audio, Donna.
this nice guy stops by and he says, can I help? And well, not unless you happen to have such and such. He says, well, can I take one of you down here to St. Joe and you can call for help? And we're like, well, instead of you driving one of us to St. Joe, waiting on us to call someone and then driving back, would you mind making a phone call? We'll pay for the phone call. And he says, okay, who do I call? And happened to have, of course, being a writer, pen and paper with me, wrote down my brother's name, his phone number, and the name of the part that he needed to bring. And guy wouldn't take any money. He says, I'll pull in and call as soon as we can. So we're waiting there, and we're going eastbound. I seen the westbound lane, the cop car. And the cop car, it turns around and turns around and pulls up behind us. And my mom's went, like, oh my, they're going to stop and put it. Like, cool down, they just see someone's in trouble, they're going to stop and help.
Yeah.
So I get out on my side, Mom gets out on passenger side, and the cop on the roadside says, are you needing some help? And I'm, yeah, we've called somebody, waiting for them to come to help us. Cop on the ditch side takes his hands from outside of his back and says, do you think these will help? They had been in the garage when my brother got the phone call. He says, I can't go out there. Can you go rescue my mom and little sister? Here's the part you need. Here's the tools you need to do it. So they replace the part, make sure it's up and running. Cool. Get in the car and hightail it out of there because they're Vermilion County Sheriff's deputies and we're in Champaign County.
Oh, yeah. They kind of went out of jurisdiction, but
these guys could have been in deep trouble had they been found. But for their good friends, because they did a lot of work on the County Boys' cars, for their good mechanic, they were willing to risk it to save his mom and little sister.
That's nice. Oh. the trouble around here is you don't want to get too close to grain trucks during certain times of the year because there's corn that flies out, and bounces off the highway and hits your radiator. So I had little radiator holes, little bitty leaks, okay? And I was like, oh, I'm overheating. So I pull over and I see that there's this culvert full of water because it had rained the last couple of days. Look in the back of my truck. I've got these milk jugs I threw back there. I don't know why. So I'm filling up milk jugs from the culvert and pouring it in my radiator. Even after I got it fixed, I carried milk jugs in the back of that truck for years because, like Dan, you got to keep your tool with you. It might happen again,
Hey, if you need it and it ain't there, you're screwed.
There you go. Exactly.
If you need a 10 millimeter wrench and a three-quarter inch and a wire brush for cleaning off your battery posts.
Yeah, just a can of Coke.
That was not widely known back then.
Yeah.
I mean, and if
She
you got a
says that
wire
she
brush, what do you
drinks
need a can of Coke for? I mean, it's just a little side-to-side motion.
That's what she said.
But if you got room to actually have a small toolbox, you don't have to carry a complete toolkit.
Right.
You just have to carry what you know you'll need.
Someone got me a really nice roadside kit one time. Thank you, Aunt Donna. And so I've got some of that stuff in the back of the car.
Yeah, I didn't realize at the time you didn't know how to use it.
Oh, I've used it.
If it's got a can of Fix-A-Flat in it, that stuff has a limited lifetime. And the people who change your tires, if you don't tell them you've used some of that, they will get really upset.
Oh, I bet.
Because when they pop the tire away from the hub, it can spray up in their face, and that's a toxic chemical.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have any of that. It does have a nice little compressor, though, that I've used several times.
That's much safer.
This last bunch of tires, for some reason, just always lost air, and I complained to the dealership where I bought the tires, supposedly with a warranty, but they never wanted to fix it. It's like, oh well, let's just fill it up with air, and you can come, we'll check it again later. About the fifth time, I said, no, I need new tires because you guys obviously aren't going to do the warranty. And they said, okay, yeah, for $1,400.
Oh, well, I spotted this other place down the street.
I found them for $1,000. And
still, those are very expensive tires, Carl. What the hell?
Well, it's a special, it's 19-inch, which not a lot of vehicles use.
Yeah.
This man, so it's like, okay, they did me a good deal. That was all installed, balanced, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, cool, because I don't think that was on the dealership's list for, and yeah, and she even got me a rebate of $60, which I need to mail in.
Yeah, those things have a limited warranty too. You need to mail in those rebates as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I got that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm coming back to you guys for my next fix because they were pretty honest about stuff. But not the deal. It was not the dealership. So sorry, particular brand of vehicle, which I love that vehicle, but your repairs, no.
Yeah, your shop isn't worth a flip. And it's odd how frequently that turns out to be the case
Mm-hmm.
with a car dealership with their own shop.
Oh yeah.
They just don't do half as good a work as a specialty shop outside of town.
Yeah.
Um, Nowadays that you have Google, you can search out somebody close to you that's got a really good reputation.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've dealt with these folks before because when Donna's old vehicle, we went to them a lot, and I even took my niece over there one time and got her taken care of one time. Yeah. Yeah, this gal I call my niece, she's not really my niece, but she's a writer. We've kind of adopted her, and
It works.
yeah. So I said, yeah, you need some car repair, go over here. These people are honest; they'll take care of you. And then she was like, well, it's going to be kind of expensive.
They're not.
Uncle
What
stepped
isn't?
in. Uncle stepped in and helped her. So
Yeah. Charity
Well-
begins at home.
yeah,
We had been going to this particular shop. Oh man, 20 years,
yeah, pretty much.
maybe 30. All started back on the farm 60 years ago.
Mm.
They've gone through what, four owners and name changes since then.
Yeah,
Actually, I should drive out to the place that did the body and paint work on the Buick,
Mm.
on the Toyota,
mm-hmm.
and ask them about putting running boards on the
Ooh,
truck.
yeah.
Because otherwise, we're going to have to carry a step ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lindsay can't climb in, and it's not quite as easy as I pretend it is for me to get in and out of the thing. And I swear I need a parachute to get out of my truck.
And
Well, I
we had-
told you what we did with Donna's, because that truck we had for a while was pretty high, and she had a little step stool that we could put out there, and then we had a string tied through it that we pull it back up once she was in and shove it in the back seat. We're like, okay, we're ready.
Mhm.
There was this lady I worked with at Staples that when her vehicle would break down, yep,
Cool. You got it.
Yeah.
What's
She
it
would
doing
have to-
inside there?
Okay,
she
hush
had-
up. Joe's telling us something.
she would have to drive her son's truck to
Mm-hmm.
work, and he had this big lifted truck. It literally took up 2 spots. You couldn't park in employee parking.
Mm.
You'd have to take up customer spots. 'Cause It
Whoa.
was just that long and that tall. And watching her get out, she'd open the door, wrap her arm in the seatbelt, and slowly lower herself down. And then to get back in, she'd open the door, grab the seatbelt, yank it so that it would activate its little lock as if like you hit the brakes too hard,
Yeah.
and use that to pull herself back up.
Jeez.
Well, thankfully, my truck has got a oh shit handle on each doorway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
If
Yeah.
you're tall enough to reach the oh shit handle,
You can get
get
in.
a leg up into the cab.
The bottom of the door was about shoulder height on her,
Oh
Ooh.
God, no, that's a little bit much.
Wow. Yeah.
and she wasn't exactly tall.
Yeah.
She was maybe 5'3", 5'4". I towered over her. I know that much.
Yeah.
I never expected this truck to be this high off the ground,
Yeah.
but it had much bigger tires on it than the pictures made it look.
Mm-hmm.
And they do not go up into the wheel wells.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a farm truck,
Mm-hmm.
and that's exactly what I need it for is a truck.
You know,
I'm going to have to use it tomorrow to haul lumber and tin.
you're talking about those running boards. I was sitting in my truck, probably having a cigar one time during a break, and I watched this group come out from next door, and it was the unemployment office at the time, and they're all going to get in this van. Okay, cool. This gal gets up there. She's a big gal. Okay, she steps on the running board, and yet I could see it bend. It bent underneath her, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And she's like apologizing to everybody there. And I'm just sitting there going, "Keep quiet, Carl. You didn't see this. You didn't see this." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." She was not really that big, but I guess the running board was not very useful.
Not very sturdy.
Not very sturdy, and it was made of aluminum, so it just bent
It
right
was
underneath.
decorative.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it bent right underneath her. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how much that's going to cost to fix. And how do you explain that to your insurance?
There is a much, much larger version of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
The brand new models come, you open the door and the step slides out.
Oh, nice.
You close the door, the step slides in.
Yeah.
And I'm going, that's a little bit more deluxe than I want to pay to have installed, but it's awfully nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in this particular van that we got this last time, I looked at it and I'm like, I see that it has an optional thing for the back seat, that you could actually have a seat that slides out, lowers itself. So, like, if you had somebody that was using a wheelchair or something and you were going to take them for a ride, they could transfer over to this seat, and then it would lift them up and pull them into the car. I'm thinking, okay, it could come in handy eventually.
Yeah, I always wanted one of those Shadowmobiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terry Anderson was not stupid. They designed cars for his shows that were really intelligent.
Yeah.
What really struck me was odd was they got in and the seats turned around backwards to the direction of travel.
Oh.
So you're driving using this TV screen, taking the place of the windshield. And you're actually facing the back of the vehicle.
Oh, no.
No.
I don't think so.
Hey, I imagine once you got used to it, it was okay. But just try and imagine how long it took to get used to.
That sounds like something on Top Gear.
Yeah.
No, this was Jerry Anderson's UFO.
Oh, Jerry Anderson. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, do we have to get out of here, or?
We got about 20 more minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
you go to the whole. Okay, cool.
I can. Yeah, I don't have to stop when Joe Dog says stop.
Okay.
And since you're here, you won't have to watch it tomorrow and complain about how long it is.
As long as we don't go over 2 hours, we're fine.
Hey, with my ads at the end, it might run an extra 6 minutes. Who cares?
Okay. No, it's the Saturday show that gets to me, because I got to go shopping on Sunday. You know, I got to get to all those good liquor sales.
Which means you have to get out of bed by 12:30. No, they do still hold the sales until, not sales. They hold the liquor sales.
I can't buy that until after 7. I found that out that one time I went.
Oh, after 7.
after 7. Yeah, I found that out that time I went, and they said, well, you're going to have to wait a half an hour before we can ring this up. I'm like, yeah, I can do without it. I'm not going to wait.
I have to wait until 12:30 on Sundays.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I'm retired. I might be out of bed by then.
Yeah. Our problem is that when Meyer does their sales, if you don't get there at 6:30, you won't get whatever it is you're trying to get because somebody else will already have gotten it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's the same with sales everywhere. You have to be there when they pretty much put it on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be gone 15 minutes later.
Mm-hmm. We still can't get the good olives.
Oh, Lord. There's one place we go to we get all of Lindsay's British imports,
Mm-hmm.
or as many of them as we can, because no place else has the right pickled onions.
Well,
I
I
mean,
understand that.
they have pickled onions, but they're a pathetic second to what she likes.
Come on up.
Believe me, I've tasted them all, and I agree with her. The ones she likes are better.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the golden syrup, pretty much pancake syrup, but it's not maple flavored. Oh,
That's
Hermione.
Hermione.
Ham.
Yeah. He came over to say hi.
Did you hear the noise a little while ago? He knocked over my plastic recycling.
Oh, well, of course he did.
It was there. What do you expect?
Yeah.
He has a thing. He's like a dang dog. He's got a thing for garbage cans.
Yeah, he does. We have these garbage cans, and we put the bag in there, and then we put our recyclables in there. And for some reason, he's got a thing about knocking them over. For some reason,
Lindsay's got a couple of cabinets under the bar that is for nothing but recycling, and she's got bins in there, and we'll eventually fill it up. And she's got great big bags that she's ordered online. They've lasted us about 3 years so far, so that it's well worth the money.
yeah.
And she'll, when it's recycling day, she'll just empty the bins into the bags, and I'll tote them out to the van. Everything is good to go. I mean, most weeks, we only have been going about once every 3 weeks now, because with taking the recycling out of the trash, the trash does not build up that fast.
Mm-hmm.
We do the same thing, Dan. I only have to take the trash out once every 2 weeks.
But the recycling builds up really quick.
Tell us about it. Oh, you should see my kitchen.
Oh, when we have, I mean, Lindsay and I will both order stuff online, and they'll come in cardboard boxes, and have to break the cardboard boxes down and put them in the van and let it wait until recycling day. I've got stuff. They don't want any cardboard with staples in it, so I've gotten a few things that were fastened together on 2 corners with staples, and I'll just cut those corners out and throw them in the regular trash. I'm not going to sit there with a pair of pliers pulling staples out for hours and hours. These big copper staples.
Now the boxes that our cigars come in are just the right size for paper recycling.
Yeah, we fill them with paper and cardboard and close them back up. And we have a friend that comes over and we have pizza night. And then after pizza's over, we fill her little car with recycling, and she takes it over to a place in Indiana where she recycles. Because, of course, our city stopped doing recycling.
Because people were just throwing it out on the
They're,
ground.
they're throwing the garbage in the recycling, so
That's
they wouldn't have to pay for garbage pickup.
Mm.
And so,
No.
but ours look like, they're all folded up and nice and neat. It looks like Mr. Monk threw out his garbage, after I'm done with it. But the cats appreciate their little fort down in the kitchen that they can run around the boxes and hide from each other behind. And so when we take the recycling out, the cats are like wandering around like, where'd my fort go? Don't worry, we'll build a new one.
Yeah, really. If we order it, the boxes will come.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, plenty of boxes.
Hey, Donna, I'm having that. It's one of those you traded for me with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice cigar. Ooh, but
It's got a pretty label on it.
It's a special occasion, so we'll do it.
Yeah. No, I went off to the landfill recycling today. Had to pay $2 for 3 weeks worth of trash.
Wow. Ooh,
And the recycling is free.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flat fee of like $50 the last time I heard, and it's probably gone up since then.
Well, Lindsay keeps going, well, should we pay somebody to come and pick it up? And I go, well, honey, let's look at this economically.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pay $2 every 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
or do you want to pay $15 a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which seems like the better bargain to you?
Mm-hmm.
Which seems to be the correct tact
Uh-huh.
to take
Yeah.
with Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why are you throwing away an extra $13?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, more than that, actually. If you factor in that we only pay the $2 to $3 every 3 weeks.
Is that
And
for garbage? Garbage
Yeah,
pickup?
that's just for the garbage bag. No, that's me taking it to the dump and throwing it in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. That's good.
Now the garbage, somebody coming to our house and picking up the garbage,
Mhm.
that's $15 to $35 a week, depending on what company you go with.
See, with the city here, you gotta pay no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well take it out every week, but I don't want to because it's like, it's only half full. I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah, they pick up our garbage in the alley behind the house, which is where the can sits back there. So I empty the garbage. I pull the garbage bag from the kitchen, walk it outside, toss it in there. There might be one bag some Fridays. There might be several bags some Fridays. The one that I normally forget is recycling, because that goes out to the front of the house.
Yeah.
And
it builds up much quicker.
Yeah, it can.
Yep. I need to borrow my neighbor's recycling can because he doesn't even use his.
Now, Lindsay
Get some
used
of the
to
extra
go.
boxes out of here.
Lindsay used to go all out. I mean, she'd peel the paper labels off the tin cans and have them all nice and clean and rinsed out with the way you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And any plastic jugs or something, she'd try and get the labels off of it. She was buying cat litter in a cardboard box. And the glue on that was like, there was enough glue on there to hold the Titanic together after the iceberg.
Yeah.
I hated breaking those things down. And I just told her flat out, look, honey, the guy says he don't want cat litter cardboard because there's no way to get it all out even after you break the box down. It's gonna make a mess. And
Yeah.
Mm,
there's this guy at the landfill that's just really, really picky. I mean, Mister No staples in the cardboard, no cat litter cardboard boxes. Um, he came over and inspected my beer cans to make sure I hadn't picked them up out of the ditch or picked them up out of a fire.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going, no, no, no. You can always tell when I've been here. All the cans, all the cans are drained and crushed.
Uh-huh.
mm,
Because once upon a time, I could get 72-inch tall, 2-foot diameter bags from work,
Mm.
and if I crushed the cans, each one of those I took to the aluminum recycle center, which is a different place. I could get anywhere from $50 to $75 for that bag, depending on the price. It
Mhm.
got it got to the point where uh, two of those would only get enough to buy a 12-pack of beer.
Uh-oh.
mhm.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
said, this is not worth the effort. We'll just gift it to the
Yeah.
county recycle center, and they can go ahead, and that money will go to the animal shelter right next door.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Our veterans has a place, a VFW down here, or it's not a VFW,
Legion. It's a Legion.
it's a Legion Hall, and they will collect up cans for. They were building a monument, and now the money goes to upkeep on the monument for veterans, and
Mhm.
so we just take it down there. It's just down the block, so I can get rid of cans easily. But it's the cardboard, the glass, the plastic. That's the things that we have building up in the kitchen. I need to get rid of.
Yep. Now, what I need is a place that'll take styrofoam.
Oh,
Yeah, there's only a handful of those across the
There's
country.
only I think um, Publix supermarkets will have an outdoor, just a regular trash can size bin that you can put styrofoam in, and
Ooh.
not the stuff that had food in it or anything, no
Mhm.
matter how well you watch it, but the stuff
Packing.
that packing peanuts
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
whatever else you
Mhm.
get that has a styrofoam uh, buffer inside to keep stuff from getting broken. I've
Mhm.
got a couple of cardboard boxes I need to break down, but they're full of styrofoam.
Mhm.
So either I've got to crush it up and pay to throw it away, or we've got to drive into the next county and go to a Publix and put it in their little bitty insufficient bin.
Mhm.
So usually I wind up just shelling out $1 to get rid of it at the landfill.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that when they run over it with the bulldozer to open all the bags and crush everything inside and then put it into the trench, they're cussing about the styrofoam, but what else am I going to do?
Right.
If you want me to recycle it responsibly, somebody needs to have a recycle center for styrofoam.
Mhm.
They used to take shredded paper, which they would take over to the animal shelter next door to
Mm.
use as uh, not pet bedding, but just
Mhm. Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
uh, sort of like litter box liner
Mhm.
um, for cats and dogs.
Mhm.
But for some reason that stopped. I think
Hmm.
it had to do with people shredding newspaper, and the ink was not good for the animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Makes sense.
Yep.
Hmm.
But I can always buy a paper shredder and start going through all this crap that I've never thrown away, and just take a bag of it and pay $1 and get rid of it. It's biodegradable.
Hmm?
Once it's buried, it won't last long.
Well, once you get your stove working, that shredded paper would be a nice fire starter.
I have got paper
Mm-hmm.
packaging buffer
Mm-hmm.
material,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got enough now to
Last a few
probably set
years.
Chicago on fire, street by street.
Well,
Um,
Uh, is that an
hey,
offer?
no, it's not.
I was
Uh,
going to say we do not condone that on this program, as far as you know.
and no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to either rip it into smaller pieces and just do little twists,
Mm-hmm.
or wad it up into balls or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and put it in with the coal and the
Mm-hmm.
firewood, and take my ferro rod and the back of one of my hunting knives and just and there's this fountain of sparks that come out.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't work, I've got um, candle lighters or barbecue grill lighters.
I've got a magic stick called a match.
You reach down inside a cast iron thing about 3 feet
Fireplace match.
wide. Oh, you got the fireplace matches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that would make sense. I haven't bought any of those.
Those are handy for like relighting your pilot lights and such. It's a good thing
Yeah,
to have those just in case, you know.
yep. We've got a supply of the barbecue grill lighters,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got the ferro rod, and I've got Bic lighters, and um, one can never have too many fire sources.
Bit of a
Uh,
firebug there, huh?
hey, when something needs to burn, you got to have a means of ignition. Uh,
That's what she said.
yeah,
We'll be looking for all those, tips when you start your show on cooking. And
I have been thinking strongly about what's the first thing I'm going to cook. I think it's going to be a pot roast. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now the thing is, I'll have to figure out what temperature this stove is going to reach and how to keep it at that temperature, and then get it on low.
Mhm.
Once everything starts boiling, I can't leave it on high; it'll get scorched.
Mhm.
But oh, we got 2 minutes left.
Yep.
Where's
Not,
it? Dawn, wave your sock.
Somewhere, Dawn is turning over in her sleep, going, "What?"
Why have I got this thing on my hand?
We love you, Dawn.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Well, we're all locatable on ndcd.org. If anybody wants to look up what we do and give us some money, please.
right there's the address.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And other than that, Aphelion just started its 28th year, very late Sunday night. Oh God, the long fiction editor gave me fits with the way he wrote the links.
Oh
I
no.
could not make it work. I could not make it work, and then I go, he used a non-standard month designation, didn't he?
Oh.
So I went back and changed everything to the way he had the links written up on the page, and it worked. It was annoying, but it worked. Thank you, Curtis.
Oh, well, it's time to say goodnight, Gracie.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much for being here. Uh, Anybody watching this later on, like, share, subscribe if you want to. We're not trying to get monetized. I don't care. I got more money than I know what to do with. I keep throwing it away and it keeps coming back. Um, I'm thinking about starting a home for wayward women.
Ooh, sounds
I've
good.
got a home.
Yeah, well, I like answering the phone with Hollifield's home for wayward women. Mr. Wayward speaking. Uh,
If you find one that cooks, send her on.
Yeah.
excuse me, do I need more competition?
No, send her to us.
Oh, okay, okay.
Carl needs a wife that cooks.
Oh,
Or 2 or 3.
Maybe clean.
Mm.
Good
Let's
night,
hope-
everybody.
let's hope so, Wayne. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow sometime.
Good night, folks.
Go good guys.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. 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 System will shut down.
Hello, I'm Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Aphelion Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.